Let me start with a simple truth. Nothing changes until commitment enters the room. You can wish, you can hope, you can dream, but until you commit, nothing moves. Life does not respond to need. Life responds to decision. And commitment is a decision so strong that excuses can no longer survive. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They don't fail because they lack time. They fail because they never fully commit. They try. They test. They almost give their best. But almost is a dangerous word. Almost doesn't build a future. You see, commitment is not what you do when it's easy. Commitment is what you do when it's hard. Inconvenient, uncomfortable, and uncertain. Anyone can be motivated on a good day. But committed people show up on bad days. Committed people show up when they are tired, when they are discouraged, when no one is watching, when results are slow. That's the difference. Let me tell you something important. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. And commitment is choosing discipline today, so regret never owns your tomorrow. Most people want success, but they want it without sacrifice. They want results without routine. They want rewards without responsibility. But life doesn't work like that. Life says, show me your commitment first and I'll show you the rewards later. Commitment means you stop negotiating with your goals. You don't wake up every morning asking, do I feel like doing this today? You wake up saying, this is who I've decided to become. Because once you decide who you are, your actions must follow. Commitment is not an emotion. It's a standard, and standards are powerful. When you raise your standards, your life rises to meet them. You stop tolerating mediocrity. You stop accepting excuses. You stop settling for less than your potential. Here's a powerful question you should ask yourself. What am I pretending not to know? Deep down, you already know what to do. You already know what habits must change. You already know what effort is required. But knowing is not enough. You must commit. Commitment means saying no to distractions. Not to comfort, not to shortcuts. It means understanding that every yes to your future requires a no to something else. You can't have new results with old habits. And commitment is the moment you burn the bridge behind you and say, there is no going back. Some people keep a backup plan, but a backup plan often becomes an escape plan. Committed people don't need escape plans. They need execution plans. Let me be clear. Commitment does not guarantee immediate success, but lack of commitment guarantees failure. When you commit, you may still struggle. You may still fall. You may still doubt yourself. But the difference is you don't quit. You adjust. You learn. You grow stronger. Failure is not the opposite of success. Quitting is. Commitment also means you stop arguing with reality. Reality does not care about intentions. It only responds to actions. You can intend to change. Intend to work harder. Intend to become better. But life rewards what you do, not what you plan. Committed people move from intention to execution. They understand that clarity comes from engagement, not from thinking. You don't think your way into a new life. You act your way into one. And commitment is the bridge between knowing and doing. Let me tell you something important about self-belief. Confidence is not something you wait for. Confidence is something you build. And it is built through kept promises. Every time you do what you said you would do, even when you don't feel like it, your self-respect grows. Every broken promise to yourself weakens you. Every kept commitment strengthens you. That's why commitment is not just about success. It's about identity. You become what you repeatedly commit to. If you commit to excuses, you become an excuse maker. If you commit to comfort, you become fragile. If you commit to growth, you become powerful. Life always gives you proof of who you are becoming. Look at your daily habits. They are honest mirrors. And if you don't like what you see, commitment is how you change the reflection. Committed people live by principle, not by pressure. They don't need supervision. They don't need reminders. They don't need threats. Their standards are internal. They understand that character is what you do when no one is watching, and commitment is character in motion. Most people negotiate with their goals daily. I'll start Monday. I'll try again next month. I'll do it when things calm down. But life never calms down. There will always be demands, distractions, and delays. Committed people don't wait for calm seas. They learn to sail in storms. They know storms don't mean stop. Storms mean steer carefully. Let me share a harsh truth. The future is not built in comfort. It is built in inconvenience. Every meaningful achievement requires sacrifice. Time, energy, attention, ego. Commitment is being willing to pay the price before seeing the reward. And that's why most people never go far. They want guarantees first. But life doesn't give guarantees. It gives opportunities, and opportunities only open fully to those who commit fully. Commitment also demands humility. You must be willing to learn, willing to be coached, willing to admit you don't know everything. Pride resists growth. Commitment embraces it. The moment you say, "I already know this," you stop growing. But committed people remain students of life. They read, they listen, they observe, they improve, not for applause, but for progress. And progress compounds. Small improvements made consistently over time create massive transformation. That's the power of commitment. It compounds silently. You won't notice it at first, but one day you'll look back and realize you're no longer the same person. That's why the future belongs to the committed, not the talented. Talent without commitment is wasted potential. You've seen it before. Smart people stuck, gifted people broke, capable people frustrated. Why? Because talent opens the door, but commitment walks you through it. Commitment means doing the small things long enough for the big things to show up. Most people quit too early. They quit before momentum. They quit before results. They quit before progress becomes visible. But progress is often invisible before it becomes undeniable. The seed grows in darkness before it ever breaks the surface. And commitment is trusting the process even when you can't see the outcome yet. Let me say this clearly. If you don't commit to improving your life, life will commit you to mediocrity. Life will keep giving you the same lessons until you learn them. Same problems. Different year, same excuses. Different calendar. But committed people don't repeat years. They grow through them. They understand that discipline is not punishment. Discipline is self-respect. When you commit to discipline, you are saying, "My future matters more than my comfort." Comfort is the enemy of greatness. Everything you want is on the other side of discomfort. And commitment is your bridge. You must commit to doing what is hard now, so life can be easy later. Because if you do what is easy now, life will be hard later. Life is always fair, it just doesn't negotiate. Commitment also means patience, not passive waiting, active persistence. You keep showing up even when the applause is silent. You keep working even when nobody believes yet. You keep improving even when results are slow. Because committed people don't need validation, they have vision. They don't ask, "Is this working yet?" They ask, "Am I becoming better every day?" And that question changes everything. Success is not something you chase. It's something you attract by the person you become. And becoming requires commitment. Commitment to learning when others stop. Commitment to growth when others settle. Commitment to excellence when others accept average. Average is crowded. Commitment is lonely. But loneliness is temporary. Regret lasts forever. So choose your hard. Hard discipline or hard regret. Hard work or hard life. Commitment is choosing wisely. And remember this, you don't need more time. You need more focus. You don't need more chances. You need stronger commitment. You don't need luck. You need consistency. Consistency is commitment in action. Do the right things long enough and life will eventually say yes. Not because it's kind, but because it has no other choice. So make the decision today, not tomorrow, not next year, not when it feels right. Decide now. I am committed to becoming the person my future requires. Because once commitment is real, excuses disappear, effort increases, standards rise, and results follow. And when you look back one day, you won't say, "I committed and that changed everything." And commitment eliminates quitting. Here's another truth most people don't like. You don't get paid for potential. You get paid for performance. And performance is the result of daily commitment. Small disciplines practiced every day create massive results over time. Read a little every day. Work on your skill every day. Improve your attitude every day. Take responsibility every day. Success is not one big decision. It's 1,000 small commitments honored consistently. That's how ordinary people create extraordinary lives. And let me tell you something about time. Time is not your enemy, but time is a strict judge. It rewards commitment and punishes delay. If you don't design your life, someone else will. And they'll design it for their benefit, not yours. Commitment is taking control of your life before circumstances do it for you. You must decide. Will you live by design or by default? Default living says, "I'll do what's easy." Designed living says, "I'll do what's required." And what's required is commitment. Commitment to growth. Commitment to learning. Commitment to becoming more than you are today. Because here's the ultimate truth. You cannot have a bigger life without becoming a bigger person. And personal growth demands commitment. So don't ask for life to be easier. Ask for yourself to be better. Don't wish for fewer problems. Wish for more skills. Don't hope for opportunity. Prepare for it. Commitment is preparation in action. Let today be the day you stop drifting. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for confidence. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is a myth. Commitment creates confidence. Action creates clarity. Discipline creates freedom. Decide today. I will do what others won't, so tomorrow I can live how others can't. Commit to your goals. Commit to your standards. Commit to your future. Because once you truly commit, life has a strange way of moving out of your way. And when commitment meets persistence, success is no longer a possibility. It becomes inevitable. Commitment means you stop blaming. You stop blaming your parents. You stop blaming your past. You stop blaming the economy, the system, luck, or timing. Because blame gives you comfort, but it steals your power. The moment you accept total responsibility, your life begins to change. You don't have to control everything in life, but you must control your response. And commitment is choosing response over reaction. Most people react emotionally. Committed people respond intelligently. They understand that emotions come and go, but decisions must stand firm. If you only work when you feel inspired, you will live an average life. But when you commit to working even when inspiration is absent, you separate yourself from the crowd. Here's something few people understand. Motivation gets you started. Commitment keeps you going. Motivation is like a visitor. Commitment is like a resident. Motivation knocks occasionally. Commitment never leaves.